British airgun manufacturer Air Arms has been around since the 1960s, and their ProSport here came on the scene in 1996. Now the interesting question is this: in a world of superpowered gas ram Magnum Springers, can vintage airguns like the ProSport still be relevant? Coming up. AEAC is made possible by Air Venturi, Crossman Corporation, Diana Airguns, FX Airguns, Daystate, Air Arms, Sportsmatch Rings UK, H&N Sport, Aztec Optics, and Predator Pellets. And you guys know the best way to thank them. Alright guys, the Air Arms ProSport comes to us from the United Kingdom, and it was first introduced back in 1996. Here in the States, it's currently available in 177 or 22. It measures a nice short 40 3/4 inches long. By itself, it weighs 9.2 pounds. As you see it here, to include a scope and rings, it weighs 10.4. It can be had in either beechwood or walnut, comes with a limited lifetime warranty, and depending on the stock you go with, you can pick one up for between $700 and $800. Now the ProSport uses a smooth shooting, factory tuned coil spring power plant that's good for between 16 and 17 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. It gets there by pushing an 11.75 grain pellet to an average of 812, or a 14.3 grain to an average of 703, with those rounds carrying with them 12 to 14 foot-pounds of energy, 25 yards downrange. Now the rifle also takes advantage of a shrouded and baffled Lothar Walther match grade factory tuned barrel, side breech loading, gorgeous deep shiny bluing, a very spacious 11mm scope mount, an underlever cocking aluminum alloy flush mount cocking system, a Manelli made Monte Carlo stock with a ventilated rubber butt pad, and a dual stage match grade very adjustable trigger with manual safety. So after all these years, does the ProSport still have what it takes to hang? I'm gonna let you guys be the judge, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. But what I will tell you is that harmony in a spring gun never gets old, and neither do hours invested by the manufacturer in making a better product. The ProSport's aluminum alloy flush-mounted underbelly cocking arm certainly adds a layer of fun. But that's not what it's there for, as that actually makes overall use a bit more difficult. The benefit to underlever cocking is that the rifle then gets to take advantage of a fixed barrel system, one that won't miss a line over time, looks better, and delivers uncompromising accuracy. In the hands, the ProSport is solidly weighted. It's narrow yet substantial, well balanced, and thanks to its short 40 inches, comes up extraordinarily well. I'll give you a bit of a spoiler and let you know that despite howling winds, you're gonna see some pretty terrific accuracy out of this rifle today. And it won't be on account of just one thing that the ProSport does well. If you're new to my channel, pellet speed is tracked with Doppler radar, from the muzzle all the way on down to the target in set increments. This allows us to calculate leaving and arriving energy levels, and lets our followers determine the ballistic coefficient of the different pellets we use. The smaller display to its left is wind speed measured at the target in miles per hour. Today, they're out of my 10 o'clock. The ProSport's flush mount cocking arm is an overall attribute to the gun. Its downward stroke is smooth, and its engagement clicks are precise. Going back up is effortless, and it lands with a satisfying padded thud. But it may not be for everyone, as it'll take more strength to cock than the typical Magnum break barrel. And its rounded square edges are not the most comfortable. Load up, however, is easy, and its kindly finished chamfered lead-in is nice to pellets of all types. And in all my time culling with the ProSport, I experienced 0 pellet shaving, and that's saying a lot. If you're interested in the rest of the story leading up to the making of each and every one of these videos, you can follow AEAC on Instagram. Keyword search, Hooked on Air. There you'll find day-to-day tech notes and loads of photographs. You can also visit AEAC on Facebook for a post-review photo pack and final thoughts. Keyword search, Hooked on Air. Six, 666. Now the ProSport's trigger is pretty darn terrific right out of the box, guys. There's no fiddling required. However, if you are going to use this gun for a hunter, you probably want to turn up the break weight on that second stage a bit. Now the first stage take-up is long and light, and it comes up against the nice clean stop. And with just a little more pressure, lead's going down range. One pound, 2 ounces. Despite a little audible boing, the ProSport's shot cycle is extraordinarily smooth, and despite what you may be thinking, is actually quite a bit less jarring than the last gas ram Magnum Springer I reviewed. But with modest recoil comes modest power output, and that's not a bad thing. You only need 6 foot-pounds of energy to take small game like squirrel and rabbit, and at 50 yards, our ProSport here is still delivering 10.5. And its forgiving nature means that you can put your pellets exactly where you want, making you a more effective hunter. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, and for those of you that don't, try shooting a 20 to 25 foot-pound Springer out to 50 yards consistently. In case you haven't figured it out, the RDW at the end of this video's title stands for Review, Discuss, Win. Through the Airgun Nation Forum and AEAC, the airgun industry likes to hold monthly airgun giveaways as a thank you for your following. It's there in our way of giving back and showing our appreciation. What that means to you is that thanks to Air Arms, one of you is going to win the actual ProSport used in the making of this video. And it's as easy as picking a number and submitting a guess over at the Airgun Nation Forum. Our winner will also go home with a JSB sampler pack and the Sports Match Rings UK TO4C scope mounts you see here. The Nikon scope is mine, and for more information on it, watch last week's videos. The ProSport shrouded barrel does take advantage of some factory installed baffles. But either way, it's not that loud of an air gun, and any noise that does come from this rifle comes from its coil spring power plant. Playing with air guns all day as I do now has taught me something new. The old adage that a heavier pellet makes more power does not always hold true. And these lead-free GTO tin-made pellets by Predator offer one fine example. At 11.75 grains, you'd think that they'd leave and arrive generating less power than the previously shown JSB Jumbo RS at 13.43 grains. Not so. One might also be inclined to think that they couldn't be effective in winds like this. Part of the story, right? Now the rest of the story, the thing that absolutely blows my mind is the other day I spent 6.5 hours putting, 25 or 30 different types of pellets through this gun. It wound up being like 290 some shots at the end of the day. Yes, I kept track because I want to know where I am in the break-in so I can relay that to you guys. But having put all of that crap through the barrel of this gun, 4 patches, reverse pulled, so 8 total pulls, and the thing is completely squeaky clean. All right. What that means to you is that it's a barrel that is going to be much less likely to foul on you so that you can shoot it and shoot it and shoot it and shoot it. You hear guys on the forums all the time, mine needs to be cleaned every 100 shots. Another guy goes, I haven't cleaned mine in 5,000 shots and I've owned the thing for 10 plus years. You're crazy if you clean your airgun barrel. That's air gunning. Well, that's all for today, folks. And special thanks to Air Arms for getting the ProSport into my hands to review for you. You guys know the best way to thank them for that one. Now from here, you'll want to head on over to the Airgun Nation Forum so that you can participate in the discussion and the giveaway on the ProSport. I'll leave you links on how to get there in the description down below. As for me, I'm Steve Shalley. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck, everyone.